I'm going.
Okay. Hopefully we won't have a super duper long meeting today and we can all get up out of here. I know we had a long Saturday, so. Looks like first thing we need to do is approve our minutes from October that got sent out. So we'll need to do a vote for those.
Motion to approve.
And a second.
Second.
Cool. All in favor? Good deal. Just some quick old business. So for our nature walk deal, I know you had messaged us about it. So we'll talk about it now publicly as far as that goes.
Yeah, I mean, we hadn't, between healing and Arbor Day, I didn't advertise for it, and so I reached out to a couple members and said, what do y'all think? And the consensus seemed to postpone until a later date in which we actually advertise and tell people about it.
I think we get better attendance if people knew about it.
So we can go ahead and postpone that. I don't think it's gonna be a big deal at all. And that'll kind of go into our new business thing anyways. City updates, Ryan, anything new city hall related? Kind of combining a little bit of both as far as a recap on the grant and all that stuff.
Yeah, the grant, we're still in the opening phases of it. We'll have a meeting Wednesday about it and see where they're at. The budget right now, we sit at $263.44, 26344. So that'll probably be what we go into next year. Where
That seems stressful. Is that not stress? That is not a lot of money. But
it's not. We were at 422 last year.
It actually
so
means we budgeted really well.
it's slower than
We are not
usual,
supposed to save money.
but it'll roll over. So if we get the Conway coordination.
And then speaking of that, so I messaged the Parks Department this morning. I didn't get a response back, so I'm assuming they're good. But one of the things that came up was buying the propane for the grill. So they may have covered it this time. I did mention, I was like, hey, you know, if we need to cover that, like, please let us know ahead of time, since that would technically have to be a vote thing. Like I said, I didn't get a response today, so we could talk about it today. But moving forward, depending on who we get a grill from and stuff like that, we may want to consider that. So if we are asking, let's say we ask a bank or someone like that to cook for us next year or something, we may want to specify if we're providing any materials as well or anything like that, just so we're not putting a burden on somebody else who is trying to help us. So like I said, I didn't get a response, so I'm assuming they were good paying it this time, but if we need to pay that in the future, we'll just make sure we take that in consideration there.
Yeah, their initial email sounded like they were gonna cover it, but
Yeah,
Do we have a ballpark of how much that costs?
I told them to send me a bill so I would just know.
not a lot.
No,
we
I mean,
didn't use it that long.
no. I can't imagine how much it costs to fill those up with $20 a pop, maybe. 25, less than $50.
Okay.
And we're not using a whole tank of propane or nothing like that, so. But that way we can, like I said, I know that if we use like the Till Grill or something like that, if we need to supply charcoal, or if the banks are supplying all of that kind of stuff or whatever, just something to,
Did we have hot dogs and stuff left, or did we?
Big box.
yeah, that's all run.
I just didn't know if we had a whole bunch left or if we used them all or what.
80.
Yeah, 80.
Nice.
We generally try to use everything, so. And then, so the only thing I know about the grant right now that we're at is that we're still mainly looking for some community members. I guess we'll know more about that on Wednesday, but there's like a whole like community committee kind of
Yeah, I've
thing.
talked with upstairs about it some, so they're aware, so they're putting feelers out. They're really focused on like GIS stuff right now and getting that data, which we sent over to them, or Matt sent over to them a couple weeks ago, so it's moving along.
Other than that, eventually we'll have some kind of public outreach thing or something where we'll have a little bit more involvement. But right now, it's a bunch of stuff that I can tell you for sure is over my head. So they're asking about grant terminology and stuff. I'm like, man,
Yeah, I went to one meeting and I was like, I don't think I'm contributing anything.
I'm listening. I'm actively listening.
I was like,
That's So we'll continue to update there. As far as Arbor Day goes, you know, just I guess we'll do a quick recap. You know, get everybody's thoughts of kind of what we did right, what we could have done better, stuff like that. I definitely didn't expect it to be as cold, but also didn't expect us to not have certain groups just not show up. Like, I don't know how we didn't have our Boy Scouts show up, or Eric did a really good job as far as he now has a primary contact for the schools that we were told that we could just go through that one instead of trying to hit up all these schools to get a choir. So hopefully in the future, getting a choir will be a lot easier. Because
Krista mentioned getting like a list together, like for the same, like
Well, again,
So
I would
we
like
know
kind of an
to-
Arbor Day checklist, like a planning checklist.
yeah, so like we know
need
like
to do
anything
this,
school
we need to do
related,
that.
reach out to
Yeah, with
whoever that
contacts.
is, or the Boy Scouts or whoever. 'Cause especially at the end, it kind of felt a little hectic, like.
oh, anytime we have all those trees left over.
Well, no, I mean like who to have we asked this person, can we do this?
The
So if we
planning
had,
part, like the week
Yeah.
before, we were
Yeah.
like kind of scrambling.
So like, cause I know we had that Excel sheet that has some stuff, but like, it's not a Rolodex, obviously. I don't know what they're called anymore, but like some sort of like,
Database?
yeah, sure, of like people to contact that are like networked into whatever communities they're in. But
For sure.
so that,
Yeah, I was just disappointed in the attendance, but I think there were a lot of things working against us, just the fact that it was the day after Halloween, and so families had been real busy the week before and probably fatigued.
And homecoming, there was some kind of race going on, and it was just a real crapshoot as far as.
Yeah, but I do think if we can get more like a school choir or any other school groups to participate, that kind of brings in an audience.
And that's what me and Eric were talking about that at the event as far as that goes, just because then you're guaranteed you're bringing in all of those families for sure.
The other thing is, like Facebook is not very effective anymore for advertising unless you're boosting posts.
Yep.
Are we allowed to boost posts?
I don't know. I can find out.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that would just.
I mean, a lot of times it's like $5 and make all the difference in the
I
world.
mean, we've got $263 then. That sounds
Honestly,
like
I might pay $5 out of pocket to boost a post if we're allowed. I don't know.
Because we'll want to do that for at least the spring tree giveaway and then the Arbor Day one. Which surprisingly, the spring tree one seems to just pull numbers.
It does. I don't know why. Also,
It's nicer weather. You just, even though I know that you, as a tree person, you know when it's better to plant and not.
it's also just when they're available. That's when we get
as
the
a,
trees.
as a normal person, like that's not too deep into that. I was like, oh, it's outside. It's kind of springtime. Oh, this would be a good time to grab trees. So it kind of, as opposed to November, no one's thinking about trees in November, even though it's technically one of the better times to plant trees. It's
It is,
just doom and gloom, and you're like, I'm kind of done with outside stuff. So.
Well, and I'd like to see us maybe do more on Instagram too, because it seems like that is a little bit more effective for reaching a broad audience.
Yeah, either one of those two things are connected.
But
so
you can
use-
link them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are. You should just be able to go into the Meta Suite, and then any post that you make, it'll post on both of those.
Which we have Instagram, so yeah, I don't know why we're not doing both. We just, I'm not as familiar.
I don't ever post on the Instagram.
I don't either.
I
I'm-
post on
I'm
the
not as
gr-
familiar
the
with doing
page,
it.
but not on Instagram.
So I don't know if we're all using. There should be a thing called Meta Suite,
There.
and that's where you can actually go and just I don't know. Is it? I don't know. It's one of those two now. I think they may have changed it to Meta
I know.
whenever they changed all and bought all those up. But that one, well, you just select which ones you want to do. Same if we're ever in groups. So if we're in like any of the Ask Conway pages or something that allow you to like post anything like that, you can select all your groups at one time, and that way you're not going in there and like actually making 12 posts. You can just make one post, click where you want it to go at, and then be good to go.
So actually doing a little bit of a marketing plan might be good too, where we like actually list how we want to market, because also like there are some community calendars and like the chamber has a newsletter and some stuff like that. So I don't think we've like exhausted our methods that we could use.
No, I
Posting
would
groups?
agree.
Yeah, well, I don't think we do. So even like
Yeah.
posting to Conwayers.
Yeah, a lot of people's home feeds are full of like sponsored posts and it's just so many different things. It's hard to sift through it all, but
Yep.
I think they're still pretty active in groups if we can get into local groups, make people aware. that would be there if they just knew about it.
You could put a flyer up at community center, library, stuff like that too might help.
Yeah, the community centers would be
But as soon as that as soon as those tree stuff goes live, I mean, everyone just eats those up for that first day, and then it kind of goes a little stagnant. I did get one guy message today about asking if we were doing the photo contest, so that may even be something that we look at, just doing those contests next year or something like that. Just any way we can do more as far as just engagement, even though I know it is just a hassle getting all that.
It's a lot more work, yeah, to do.
How did you guys feel about the poem contest?
The poems that won were great.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we
we just
didn't,
only had 4 people.
Yeah, there
submit.
weren't. There was like very minimal submissions.
So I don't know, might try to look at some other boards across the states and see.
but
what
some of
kind
that
they
might have
do.
been the problem with promoting it too, that it just, those posts didn't go anywhere. We only promoted it on Facebook, I think.
Cause I even saw that issue at Parks whenever I would post stuff on there. They had a disc golf league and I'd post about that, and so I'm like, I didn't even know
It's
the league
happening across
existed
the board, cause we use it all the time with
for the extension, yeah.
It's just pay to play now if you wanna get any traction on Facebook.
If we do want to give poems one more chance, I know one of the reasons why we kind of held off on photos and everything was because changing leaves and season and everything, but we could probably have it open for 2 months leading up to next year if we want to.
The other thing is, we don't have to do it in conjunction with Arbor Day,
That's true.
so we could do a spring photo contest when things are blooming and just leafing out, and that could be fun.
Could have both that way.
And then since we are kind of crazy busy with the tree giveaway and Arbor Day at the same time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Minimize
It would be
the
one,
responsibility.
although it's kind of fun to have, be able to announce the winners at Arbor Day, but we could still invite the winner, we could announce the winners earlier, but then still invite them to Arbor Day.
Yep.
Spring's more predictable, changing leaves and stuff.
We just allow it to be just for the full year, as long as you take it that year or something, just submit where you put it at and all that kind of stuff.
That's what we do.
And then we would just get better pictures of trees in general. And then our giveaway next year, depending on how well that Bradford pear thing goes, we might get a little bit more traction from that, which I think the amount of trees we bought this year, if we included those within that Bradford pear thing, we would have plenty of trees.
Yeah, I think so
I
too.
mean, even though some years, man, it's we barely have any after that 1 o'clock thing, and then this one, we probably had easily a third.
Yeah, that was disappointing. I think maybe we need to end the official giveaway time at 12:30. And that way we can tell people, if you haven't picked up your trees by 12:30, then we're gonna just give them away to whoever wants them. And then those people that come up during the event and they're
I like it.
you can say, come back at 12:30 if there are any left.
Yeah.
We'll give them away.
And then, this is a dicey call here. What do we feel about extending that 2 trees to possibly giving more trees? Cause I think there was clearly some people who would take
Who wanted
all the
70,
ones that you could
right?
possibly give them, depending on what they have. If you just bought property and you're trying to make a whole fence row of trees, then that year you may want 12 or 15 trees. Whereas the common person probably is only gonna want 2, and then they're expecting one of those maybe to not even make. So they're hoping to get at least 1 out of those to actually make.
I mean, I will say we had 200 trees, so if, that's 100 people that are getting.
Yeah, I worry about people with high aspirations. This sounds great. I want 12 trees for my front yard, and then they get them, and then they sit outside their back door and they just die. It's I'm just
I'd rather
like,
getting too many and so planting them way too close together and it's
Yeah.
not good for the trees.
But I mean, also, I don't know, it would make, already we say sell out, but so quickly, and it would just make it go even faster, and so then it's even, I would like to serve more people, I think, than, yeah.
Yeah, if they want 12, they can come back at 12:30.
12:30,
And so I like opening it up before the end of the event.
Yeah,
We'll just need to be very clear with the.
Which means some of those people were out there before we even started.
Yeah.
They were out there
We
like
had to tell
10:45 trying to hurry up and
wait
grab their stuff.
to a lot of people, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I think going from 11 to 12:30 is ample time to pick up
It
a
is.
free tree.
Yeah.
Especially if you have
and
no
you can get a
intentions
hot
on
dog.
hanging out.
while
If you have no intentions on hanging out and you're literally just swinging by, picking up your tree and going home, then like, yeah, that shouldn't be a big deal at all. So I didn't do 12:30.
I loved having the firefighters there. And I think they had a good time.
Yeah, the fire truck being there and the Wampus Cat mascots being there were both, I think, a really big success.
Yeah, it was fun.
Did we have any animals available for adoption?
Yeah.
No, they
was a
said there
food
was like a
drive.
fundraiser.
pet
Usually it's earlier in the year, but the food drive got pushed back to the same weekend, and it's like where they get 95% of their food from for the shelter. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
but next year they should be able to bring out some pets.
Do you know how many trees were left over at the end?
Yeah.
And
I
also
do.
what kind of trees they were?
Have we gotten any kind of a report?
I mean, like Parks has most of them.
Yeah.
I did tell him, what was that lady's name? Something Wilson.
The refuge, the
Yeah.
new,
I told them that she was gonna come by and grab some. There was a handful of maybe like 6 or so cypress, a handful of the river birch. We had a bunch of them mayhaws, yeah, that we had.
Which I thought
Most of
about,
the oaks were gone, so any of the willow oaks, nuttall oaks, those kind of got picked up pretty quick. But the
I'll
other
go with her
ones,
tomorrow and see if she wants to go by and see if she wants any or not. She asked for assistance planting. I told her we don't typically do that. If you guys know any groups that do want to help plant, let me know.
I had that one lady who helped us plant earlier this year. I had to go back through my emails, remember her name. I think it was like sorority.
it's a sorority.
AKA
Yeah,
Janice
That's a
Daniels.
good idea.
Dude, they were all about it
Oh, yeah.
in the spring.
Yeah, that could be good.
Yeah, that was the AKA sorority, Janice Daniels.
Janice, that was it. I remember it started with a J, but I was like, I'm gonna botch that name if I try to just go for it.
So I did just go by MLK Park, and that'd be the best place to plant those mayhaws, because they like wet feet.
How
So
much
they can
is
go
it
in the
for
swamp. And they're a smaller tree too, but they're native and they provide fruit.
They have
that-
thorns. So
They
just
do have
be aware.
thorns, so keeping them away from walkways is a good idea.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way.
Me too.
There was
I was
some-
like, what is this?
There were some that like didn't have nothing,
Yeah.
and then like some I like grabbed and I was like, "What did I just touch, dude? That got me so good."
Yeah.
Cause they're like 2 or 3 inches on there, man.
But they're good for birds, and so maybe good for MLK.
I mentioned that to McLean, Bart, because they were talking about putting those by like some of the memorial benches and stuff like that.
They're not really shade trees is the problem. Like that was supposed to be, you know.
I don't know about like
But the
those trees
others,
in
yeah.
general. They were just talking about all the trees that they had as a spot that they could put them.
Yeah, it's just that the mayhaws are really, they're not shade trees. We always, you know, the public seems to always want smaller decorative trees, so when I saw those, I thought, yeah, I'll take some.
And also, it just depends on what you can order at the time and all that kind of stuff. Anything else on Arbor Day? I just think next year we probably just need to start just a lot sooner. This year was a little bit rough. Tracy had that just so dialed in that
Well,
it was pretty
honestly,
easy.
Tracy did so much of it,
Yeah.
and so
And so then
we
it's like, okay.
Why
we
is she
got
not on
used
tree
to
board
that.
Did she like roll off?
Yeah, 10
Yeah.
minutes.
So like I'm about to roll off and the bylaws state you've got to be off for the same duration as a term. So you have to be off the board for a minimum of 3 years before you can be back on it.
And that's all boards across, so it's not just a tree board thing, that'll be any of those.
But it could work to like divide the tasks, like we could have one board member who's in charge of like the exhibitors, and one board member who's in charge of the tree giveaway, and one who's in charge of the ceremony, and one who, you know, kind of
Yeah.
divvy up those tasks. It might be helpful.
then we've already got everything ordered for the spring tree giveaway, correct?
We
Yes.
do, yeah. So that's something to remember when you said you were worried about the budget or not having that much money, but we've already paid for the trees for the
next
spring
year.
tree giveaway. So we don't need a lot of money until next Arbor Day.
Yep.
The outlet over there doesn't work. Does Conway Corp handle that, or does Parks?
Great question.
Place?
That's a great question. I have no idea.
I'll try to figure it out.
I'll let them
I'll
know.
bring a generator for future just in case that ever happens again.
Back in
Good
clutch.
to have the generator there.
You just had one, just in
What was the
case?
generator? Oh, the popcorn
was-
machine.
Yeah, it was
And
for
speakers.
like just one of those things, so we could run the speakers. I think it was to the outlet, and then the popcorn machine, so we didn't have to unplug and replug. And
There was 2 of them in there though. We were able to, I don't think we unplugged the popcorn machine. I don't know if it would run successfully both of them, but I know me and Eric just tried it whenever,
it did.
so.
We were doing both for a while. I had to unplug it at one point, turn on eco mode, because it was pretty loud during the announcements and everything.
And Eric did great with his reading of the proclamation.
And Gabriella did.
I'm no Bart
She
Castleberry.
did.
She did great.
Awesome.
Actually, you were perfect for that.
Had good flow. Oh, cool. Like I said, we'll just get better with that over time, and then as far as 2026, that'll be our only like real official new business. So last year we didn't do a December meeting, just that way everyone can focus on the holidays. If y'all want to do a December meeting, it would be December 1st is the next time that we would meet, or we can leave that to a vote and we could just suspend that meeting and then kick back in January where we would have at least one new face here. Because this would be, if we don't have one in December, this would effectively be Samantha's last one. I think me and Logan still carry over. And then next year would be our last year's as far as that goes. So I'll leave that up to a vote if y'all wanna have one in December, or if y'all want to suspend December's and then just join back up in January.
Is there any business we need to complete before the end of the year?
Not that I can imagine.
I'm fine with motion to suspend December meeting.
Cool. You got a second?
Second.
Anybody opposed? Then cool, we will suspend our meeting for December. And we will meet in January 2026. I think all the applications had to be turned in by the end of October.
I haven't heard how many we had or anything yet, but
I know I had a couple people from the Parks Department ask me about it. I don't know if it was work related or they were just generally interested, but you know, I kind of gave them a brief little rundown of at least what they can expect from like an actual time commitment. I mean, you know, in general, outside of the hour and a half, I mean, you do have 2 big events a year minimum that we do that you need to be ready for. And I still think it's a good idea for us to go back in 2026 and do that pruning thing. Maybe we kind of link that up again with the UCA's big event. And that way we can make sure that those trees at McGee are being taken care of as well. If anyone knows of like a hot spot that we probably would want to go to for that, we could do that as well or something.
The fruit trees are looking surprisingly good considering we don't do anything to them. So usually fruit trees need a little more care and especially, you know, they don't get watered.
I don't know what kind of trees we planted there.
Like some different fruit trees.
You know, we can probably talk about a time where we want to do that for 2026 as far as going over there and just doing whatever kind of basic care that we could. And if we need to get some more volunteers, we can.
Yeah, I mean, when we planted them, it was the big event.
Yep.
And we actually like didn't even use all the time that,
By like a
They-
lot.
yeah, so
quick.
we almost need a bigger project for the big event, which I don't know what that would be.
Good brainstorm if y'all think of anything.
Got till next year.
Until February, I think it's in February.
Y'all could even split it so you don't have so many volunteers at one location.
That's true.
I think we also underestimated just how quickly we could get those trees planted. I I mean, when you have,
I think I underestimated how many volunteers we would have.
that is also true.
Yeah.
I mean, Jan's brought her own, and then there was still just more stragglers coming up. I mean, when you have a handful of people just on shovel duty, I mean, that goes by very, very quickly.
I'll work on getting it on the schedule or on the agenda for next year. But Conway Corp has partnered up with Community. They basically handle a lot of tree plantings around things like Brewer Lake, help with the riparian buffer around there, and other along other waterways and everything. But they have multiple events scheduled throughout the entire year, where they just need as many volunteers as possible, and they can plant as many trees in all these pots. We have a large section of land over at our new operations center off South German. If we need volunteers, I'll make
supplies
sure
the
things all
trees?
work up. They do. They just need people to, help out with it.
That sounds like a thing
That'd
we
be a
should
good
do.
project for us, yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Can really,
Can we,
company's one of the
can
biggest
we plan it
sponsors,
for
so.
the big event day?
I don't see why not, but there's a.
It's February 28th.
I'll get with our project manager on that and try to maybe get him on the agenda for January or February.
yeah.
Talk about some of that.
That'd be great.
I'll try to get it on January, cause then that way, February 28th is whenever that's when the UCA's big event is. And that way we'd have time, if we knew what we were doing in January, we'd have time to like go ahead and put out volunteers and all that kind of stuff. Cause then like we would all just be volunteers at that point too,
Yeah.
but especially from like a publicity standpoint,
We're all working together.
yeah.
Common mission.
Is that day already set? It's 28th?
It's February 28th. UCA sets it because it's their
Okay.
event.
Yeah, so it would be like us and then a bunch of
How many
students.
volunteers do you think that could potentially be, or has it been in the past?
Oh man, it's like it's tons of them.
They try
They
to
go
get
to all
the
different
students
projects.
to volunteer, like,
So like we got like 20 or 30 just for us.
different volunteers.
There was some,
Yeah.
somebody messaged the Facebook group or something last year or the Facebook page
I think it's
about,
the same.
they were like thanking the big event for mulching her garden, and I guess she thought it was us, and I was like, I think
You're
that's
welcome.
another group, I don't know who that was.
And
But
then
it was like UCA, big event people, and I was like,
it's like a big call
sign
to
up to
action.
mulch people's, I mean, I think she was like an older lady or
Right.
something.
Yeah,
but-
they do all
Literally-
kinds of things.
Anyone in the community can be like, I need help with this.
Interesting.
And then they'll
Yeah.
have students volunteer.
They like paint and do yard work. And we need to have them pull weeds if I'm okay.
Yeah, that'd be an easy get there. And so if they actually
You
wanted
go
to.
there and like half the plants are gone.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
We know those are weeds.
It's actually almost too technical. Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, anybody else got anything they want to add? What time we got? I don't know if we'll get. I don't know if this is too short or not.
That's one of the year.
For sure.
Last one,
Thank you
last
for your
one.
service to the tree
yes.
board.
Yeah,
You get a powder?
I gotta be smoky. I gotta be smoky.
That's
I'm
right.
happy.
She lived her life stream.
I mean,
We'll see you.
Still our resident UCA connection, so I'm sure we will still hit you up at some point.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, so we'll find out from Felicia, I'm assuming in January, or we may find out probably in like closer to the end of December.
Probably.
Whoever they added onto the board. It should just be one person, right? Two?
We had a vacant seat.
That's right, because we had Shaney's.
Yeah.
We'll at least have two new members with us in January, and so we'll make them do all the grunt work. Just kidding. Just kidding.
I know at least 2 people that applied for it, so I know.
I think there were several, so we should.
That's good, because I feel like there wasn't that many this past go around when we
I
got.
sold it hard at the Cali thing. That I had to go
At the
to.
what?
Conway Area Leadership Institute thing I had to go
Okay.
to. So hopefully there were several, but
All the conversations I had with them last year were really good, but then I don't know if any of those people applied, because they also applied to other boards. I was sitting beside the cemetery ladies, man, and they were.
I think you can only apply for, it's like 2 or something at a time or something. You're not allowed to apply for more than
That doesn't surprise me. Hey, the cemetery ladies, dude, I don't know if they were there with you, but dude, they could sell popsicles to white gloves, dude. They were good, dude. They were good. You wouldn't think. They made it sound like working like anything with the cemetery was sweet, dude. They were good.
I have no interest in that one. I would just not. What do they do? Like,
I don't know, but if you ask them, you will find yourself being like, yeah, I'll buy it. That sounds cool. They were good at that.
They take care of the, is it both of the historic cemeteries?
each have their
I
own
mean, I assume like the city and stuff like mows the grass and stuff like that, right? Or
I think they do all the plot stuff, so like they sell
It
the
actually
plot.
takes quite a bit of management.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, I would assume like that would be like the city, and if they're the ones like keeping track of who's buried where, like, no, that is.
Actually,
Yes.
if you've never been to those cemeteries, they're really nice.
Yeah, I just wouldn't want to manage them. That feels like a lot of work.
Well, cool. Well, guys, I think we had a great year. We'll only get better at that. We'll miss you, Sam, and then
Thank you.
motion to adjourn.
Approved.
We'll see you guys in 2026.